Good morning, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie Band. Today is Tuesday, April the 18th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. I wanted to start with the magnificent Trading Ticks tool, which truly is a great tool. You just have to learn how to read it, but it's fantastic. And what it told us yesterday with the 0 DTE flow was that price was moving up as traders were moving out of the market. So this is a buying to cover event. It looks like negative flow, but since price action is moving up, negative flow means we're moving out. And so the buying to cover gives us a net flow negative, but a price flow positive. Today, from the folks at Place Your Trades, here we have something super interesting. Let's see if I've got this in the right place. Yes. So here are the quant stats here, and we've got some really weak stats about price action opening and us holding the open. Anything under 1 means that it's not a winning proposition here. If you just expect that the open is going to close, and all across the board here, we've got super weak stats. And so what it's telling me is that the bounce action that we've got here is expanding into a resistance zone. So what do we really mean by that? I think people are still buying to cover. And so that can push us up. We'll start with SPY. It could push us up into 416.50 all the way to 417 and 418, at which point we should have ourselves a little bit of a rotation. So my thought is big bounce in the morning opening area that exhausts, and we look for a fade to come back into the area. Let's take a look at what the ES has done overnight. Again, the move that everybody wants to test is 4,200, right? 4208 and 4224 are two really big zones. Notice old support, possibly new resistance. We're back out, up over the range. Buyers keep buying. And what's happening here is because so many folks are positioned short, they have to buy to cover. There are a lot of big funds that are positioned very short. And so this is what we are looking at. So what's the big story? Last week's high is 41.89. We're breaching it in the pre-market. We could expand in the first few moments all the way up to 42.10, maybe even 42.20. Depends on the strength of the pressure point to the upside, and then I expect a fade. That's just what we're looking at every single day. Notice the formations. We fade here, and then people buy the dip. Closing here, we fade here, and then people buy the dip. And then we fade here, and people buy the dip. Now we're gapping up again. We're going to see the fade, and then people buy the dip again. And so that is really what we are looking for in the grand scheme of things. So baseline support, 41.71.50. Below that, 41.53. Not really seeing that right now. I think we've got to have some kind of catalyst movement for that. The top end, if it pulls back into 41.89, 41.88 and holds, we've got more upside pressure, but I'm expecting a fading formation that allows us to position in very nicely. So I want you to be very careful about buying these dips and hanging on, because you think that there's a gigantic motion on the horizon. A lot of people are still long tech, but they have been taking profits right now in the broad picture, we can see that the traders are really moving up and out of the range. 13,000, let's see where the actual high is, 13,255. Okay, and so we are up over that. We're at 13,280. Here's the thing. We've got a pressure event at 13,310 right there. And we've got a pressure event at 13,348. The pullback action is the very familiar number at 13,191. That area is going to look good. But the same types of things have been happening. So we're going to assume the same thing until the pattern breaks. And what is that same thing? Every single major expansion pulls back, it holds the floor, and then the price action moves to the north. Okay. Finally, we look at the Qs. I don't want to spend too much time here because I want to get this up before the open. The Qs are doing the same thing, holding this edge, still not expanding outside of this realm from an intra-week perspective. But what we do see is, yes, they're up and over this ledge. Resistance, 322, maybe 325, not for sure. I think if it gets up there, it's going to run all the way to 330. But this is an exhaustion pattern, and it's the pattern that we've been seeing with these candlestick wicks. So don't think that we're sitting in any breakaway patterns per se. All right, that's it for me. Good luck trading today, everyone. It might be very, very choppy.